Good morning, folks. It is Buck Nasty, and today we're going to do something a little different. I know normally I'm always out here with the big magnums and shooting at the rifle range or patterning with the big shotguns or something, but today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to shoot a 10mm pistol. This is my Para-Ordnance, or I'm sorry, not Para-Ordnance. This is my Rock Island 10mm. I went with the Rock Island because I heard so many good things about it, and it was hard to beat the price tag. $600 gets you a 10mm, and I've put just about everything through this gun, and it has cycled everything. Everything from the cheap, nasty stuff to, which I don't like shooting, to the heaviest stuff. But today, we're going to do something. You guys know me, I gotta shoot heavy lead. I normally shoot, when I come to the range, just a regular old 180 grain full metal jacket from Sig Sauer. But today, we are going to be shooting some bear loads through this thing. I got my hands on some double tap ammunition, 10mm 200 grain hard cast solid, going about 1275 feet per second out of a 5-inch barrel. Now, there's people out there that have done much more better. Ooh, that scared me. I didn't know anybody was over there. There's people that have done much more ballistic reviews on this stuff than I'm about to do, but I just thought I'd give you my opinion on it and show you that a cheap handgun, you can still shoot these heavy loads and stuff. But I've never shot this double tap. Chook from Chook Outdoors. If you've ever seen Chook, I like his videos and I respect his opinion. He's shot the double tap ammo, so I'm going to quit talking and I'm going to load up some rounds here. And before I do that, I just want to show you all that 200 grain hard cast solid. Hope you all see that right there. That is a nice chunk of lead right there, folks. Alright, I'm going to load up some ammo. Alright, folks, we're all loaded up. Got about 7 rounds, 10mm, and give it a shot. I'll show you my target real quick. Seems very fitting. Alright, here we go. 10mm double tap ammo, 200 grain hard cast. Let's go. You know, that's a full power 10mm load, folks. I ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah. Alright, we have no hang-ups, no jams. You can clear the rifle, or clear the pistol. And I'm going to walk down range real quick and show you the size of that 10mm. Well, folks, I ain't too happy with my shooting, but there's that 10mm. And the other one went off paper. I am not a pistol shooter, folks. Not at all. But still. You gotta shoot to get good. But oh, double tap 10mm. That's full power. Like, I can feel it in my hands. Like, that's a full power 10mm load from double tap. Had no hang-ups at all. So if you want a more thorough review of that bullet, I'd go check out Chook at Chook's Outdoors. He gets into it. I recommend it. And this wouldn't be a fair test without, in my opinion, some Buffalo Boy. Now I know what you're thinking. Buck, what do you got? We got some 220 grain hard cast from Buffalo Boy. So we're gonna load up a couple of these bad boys. Supposedly that big heavy bullet gets jammed up. I've seen it in videos. Most people that do that, they're running Glocks and they're running the Smith & Wessons. So I never see anybody shoot it in a 1911. You know, so we're gonna run it in the 1911 and we're gonna see if we have any problems with it, you know. Also, real quick, thought I'd show you. There's the 220 grain hard cast from Buffalo Boy. That's a heck of a bullet. There we go. A few rounds of Buffalo Boy, 220 grain. Yeah. Let's see here. That you could feel it. That had some recoil. That 220 grain is definitely, you can feel it a lot more than the 200s. And that was something. I'm gonna go see how I did. Well, more bullets went down. Got another one in the arm, one up top here. So I suck. If that was a charging bear, folks, I'd be in trouble. But I should buy a bear target, actually. I'm thinking the ammo is going low. Or it's just me. I'm just a crap shot. Alright, folks, I have one more loading here from Buffalo Boy. It says heavy 10mm, 200 grain, full metal jacket, flat nose. Going 1,200 feet per second. So, let me take that bad boy out. 200 grain, flat nose from Buffalo Boy. Heavy. It says heavy 10mm, so I'm kind of curious. Alright, let's give it a shot. Now, folks, if you're wondering why I'm not shooting a lot of this stuff, like a whole mag, is because it's kind of expensive. So, magazines, if you're wondering what I'm using, Wilson Combat. A fella once said that Wilson Combat magazines are the Lamborghinis of magazines of the 1911 world, so why not? Alright, let's see here. Oh. We have malfunction. Gun locked up. Why did the gun lock up? Strange. Magazine. Oh. That's strange. The gun locked up on me. Wonder why I did that. It's never done that before. And of course it does it on camera. But that's okay. This is the No BS channel, where I don't bullet BS you. I give you my honest to God opinion. And I show you how the firearms react and ammunition is. Okay. Where the hell did I hit? I don't think I got any new targets or new holes in them. Good Lord, I suck. But yeah, that was weird. The gun stayed open on me. Alright. That's it for the heavy stuff. That's all I got for the heavy stuff, folks. Just wanted to share that with you. But now what I normally run in my gun here, other than the Sig Sauer Full Metal Jacket 180 grain bullets, is I have some Sig Sauer Elite Defense. This shoots 180 grain V Crown. About 1,250 feet per second. That's 624 foot-pounds. Does it say where it's made? Made in the USA. Sig Sauer. Of course, I gotta show you this. So this is the V Crown hollow point. Let's see how we do. Alright folks, we got a full mag here. Give it a shot. Let's see if I can do it better. Everything else has been heavy grains, bare stopping power. So this is what you'd call human grade, I guess. Or, I'm sorry, a defense grade. If you're being assaulted grade. Oh, what happened? Oh, I hit the safety. Okay. See how I did. Maybe I did better with these 180 grains, but still, you can feel the power. 10 millimeters, no slouch, folks. They make low recoil 10 millimeter, which is like 40 Smith & Wesson capacity. Oh no. I think I really need to sit down in a chair and put that gun into a really practice with this thing, because I seem to be aiming over here. Oh, I'm going to aim for the head next time. Alright folks, now we're just going to shoot some 180 grain Sig Sauer. I think this is still their, it's not their, I don't think it's their defense line. I don't have the box with me. But it's we're gonna give it a shot. You guys ever try that John Wick move where he flips the gun? Well, I'm left-handed, so I can't do the John Wick flip. I mean, maybe I can. Let's see here. We'll pretend that guns up. Shooting, John Wick flip. There we go. I don't know, does that count? Me being lefty, I do a different kind of thing. When I shoot, and then I move my left finger right here, and I do this. Let's see if I can show you. So, 180 grain, Sig Sauer, basic plain Jane, Full Metal Jacket ammo. We're going to take our time and shoot for the head. Okay, we're out. See how we did. Oh, I was going to do the thing, yo. So, here. Show you real quick. My version, left-handed version of the John Wick flip. So, that's what I do. me being left-handed, I shoot, bring my finger back here, and I do that. I give it a little, like a... We'll take a look at that target now, see how we did. Well, my sights definitely need to come up, because I'm aiming right here, and my sights are here, so they definitely got to come up. They're low, very low. So I have to see if I got a screwdriver. Huh. All right, folks. That's about all I'm going to show you today with the Rock Island. And again, the Rock Island 10 millimeter. When you get into the 200 grain hard cast, that's powerful. The 220 hard cast from Buffalo Bore, really, like, you can feel it. You have something that will stop a charging bear. Now, is it the best thing in the world for grizzly bear? Absolutely not. 44 Magnum will always be kind of like that standard, like that, like, beginner, you know. Then after that, you have your 454 Casull. You have, you know, even really hot 45 Colt loads are good. Tim Sundle says that you can load up, if you know what you're doing, you can load 45 Colt up to 454 Casull pressures. Maybe not max. I'm not saying you could do max. I'm saying you can get it up to 454 Casull levels a little bit. Just, it really depends on your gun. I don't recommend you do that. Also, Buffalo Bore makes plus P 45 Colt. So, why risk it? Why risk up blowing your gun up trying to get 454 Casull levels when you can just buy ammunition? You know, unless you want to. If you're an expert reloader, you've been doing it for 20-something odd years, and you understand pressures and bullets and everything, be my guest. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to trust Buffalo Bore. I'm going to trust Mr. Sundles. Just saying. I don't know the guy personal. I would love to meet him. Love to sit down and talk shop with the guy. And, you know, talk to him about, well, you know, hunting, you know, ammunition. Love to talk to that guy. We could probably sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk for at least a couple hours and pick his mind about, you know, some of his best hunts and, you know, memorable things and different rifles and calibers and blah, blah, blah. But, no, bear protection, in my humble opinion, and not like I've been to Alaska. I just read a lot, watch a lot of videos like you guys do probably. In my opinion, the 44 Magnum is the standard for bear protection. After that, you have the 454 Casull. After that, the 480 Ruger, or if you can get it, the 475 Linebot. I think I'm saying that right. If not, I apologize. Then after the 475 Linebot, you have the 500 Linebot, and then there's the 460 Smith & Wesson is no joke, and then you have the big 500 Smith & Wesson, which I don't know if the 500 Smith & Wesson is as strong as the 500 Linebot. I'm not sure. If you know the answer, please comment. That way I don't look like a big idiot. I don't claim to know all this, folks. I'm throwing out information to you. That's all. You know, like, oh, he said like a 475 Linebot. Never heard of that. You know, I'm just here to intrigue you along, you know. That's all. Throw out ideas here. I'm not claiming to know everything. Not at all. Here's a little thing. If you're thinking that if you're thinking of using 10 millimeter, or you don't want to carry a 1911, if you're thinking 9 mil maybe, if you Google 9 millimeter for bear, you will probably find a video or an article by Phil Shoemaker or Schumacher. I've heard people call him that two different ways. He's another guy that I respect. I've talked to him a little bit online in different gun chat rooms, big bore rifles. We've talked about 220 grain bullets for grizzly bears and hunting. We've talked about the 375 Weatherby a little bit. I'm not saying reach out to the guy. I'm just saying like he's like popped into different things and said his comments, and I've commented back, and gone back and forth. But he's an Alaskan guide, fishing and bear hunting, and I believe moose and caribou too. He's a Alaskan guide, and he has he was guiding. If my memory is correct, he was guiding a fisherman. He was down by the water. He was testing some ammunition that particular day out at one of his fishing camps, and he was, I think it was 9mm plus P buffalo bore ammo he was testing, and he was shooting it. He liked what he was doing, so that particular day, him and his client were going to go down by the water. He just decided, I'll just take the 9mm, what the heck. And lo and behold, a big old brownie Bruin walks out right next to him and pulls his pistol, puts it right there behind the shoulder, and unloads the freaking gun, man. So, yes, he's done it with a 9mm, folks. Is it recommended? No. Other Alaskan guides and experts have said that they don't recommend it. So, I think, in my humble opinion, 45 ACP or 10mm should be a good very good beginning if you can't handle the recoil of a 44 Magnum. And on that note, I await your hate mail, and let me know what you guys think about this. I am obviously a bad shot, and I need to adjust my sights. Have a great day, folks. See you later. Bye. Oh, and happy belated Easter. Hope you all had a wonderful Sunday.